Welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. I am here with, I'll let you introduce yourself and explain a bit about what you do.
My name is Caljé, and I'm an actress, and I'm studying filmmaking as well, so I'm doing both. I'm Dutch, so I've lived in Australia for 3 years, and that's where I filmed my Amor's Diaries, and now I'm living in the Netherlands again for about 2 years now.
Awesome. And for my first question, what was it like, what was the experience like filming Mia Morris, the series?
It was really fun. Like, I was only on set, I think, 2 days because Quinn is quite a small role. Being on set, everything was like well organized. The catering was good. The crew and the cast was really nice. So I had a really fun time, and I enjoyed, working with Sarah, the director, and all the other cast members as well. And I think it's a very interesting concept, with the whole speaking to the camera and actually acknowledging that the camera is there. So that was really nice.
Awesome. And so for my next question, who inspired you to get into acting, and what new projects do you have installed after COVID-19?
Actually, the one that inspired me the most is probably my mom, because when I was in a primary school, we used to do like a play every year, and there was one play, and my character was like the bad stepmom, and apparently I did a pretty good job at that, and my mom was like, don't you want to go into acting? And it kind of stuck like in the back of my mind like my whole life, but I only started like actually acting on it when I was about 17, and I was like, I just want to try it. Let's just try it. Let's just see if it's something for me. And the first job I did, I immediately fell in love with acting. So after that, I just continued acting, and it basically went from there. Like, I just did a lot of things, and I had some projects before the whole COVID-19 crisis. So I was working on a feature film, and I have one of the major roles in that. I can't say too much about it, but it's a film from about 80 to 90 minutes, and it's low budget, but it's a really interesting role. And I have some smaller projects still lined up, and a small role in also a bigger feature film.
Awesome. Congratulations, by the way, on that.
Thank you.
For my next question, if Mia Morris got a season 2, where would you want to see Quinn go next for season 2?
Well, because Quinn has quite a small role in season 1, so I would love to see, Quinn getting more storyline, maybe of her own, where she also goes out and does things, also because it ends with her and Arthur, being a thing. So maybe that it goes on exploring their relationship a bit more, or going more into depth about, her. That would be great, I think, if she gets a small part in it as well, and not just like a couple of scenes.
Awesome. And so for my next question, what advice would you give someone wanting to get into the acting industry?
I think the most important thing is, if you want to get into acting, is just to start. Like, don't like doubt yourself if you're like, if I'm good enough, or it's something for me, because you will only discover that if you actually start. And that's the same thing what I did. I just signed up on a website called Star Now, and I think that's a website that's very active in Australia, in the UK, in the US, and they basically post a lot of casting calls, mostly from like student films and low budget productions. But it's a great way, to actually get some experience, get to know people in the industry, network, play a lot of different characters, build your show reel. So I think that's an an important step to start, and just to start out very basic, just with student productions, just to get experience and see if it's actually something for you, and don't think you're going to start on high-end Hollywood productions, because that's just unrealistic. Just start small and build from there, I think. And yeah, the most important thing is just to start and see if it's actually something for you, and just gain experience and learn, take classes, but not just take classes, but take classes in combination with also working on set, doing extra work, doing student films, and the whole combination, will get you further eventually.
Awesome. And so for my next question, what are the positives and negatives into the acting industry, and how do you get through those negatives?
For me, the biggest positive thing is just the whole acting, just being a character, actually, developing a character, just not being yourself, even though you're yourself, but also not, you can just be anything you want. And I think that's great. And you get an opportunity you usually wouldn't get in normal life, because you would get the opportunity to be extremely rich or to be extremely crazy. You can get all these opportunities to be that you wouldn't get in real life. So yeah, the whole just acting, and I also always love like the whole vibe and the whole feeling on set. Like, it's always very like nice with the whole crew, the whole cast. You get very close on when you're filming, so that's always very nice. I think a negative is obviously, you get a lot of no's, you get a lot of you do a lot of auditions, but most of the time you don't get the role. I think it's like 1 in 10 you'll get it, and that can be pretty hard, especially in the beginning. Like, I had it as well, that I took it personally, because I was thinking like, oh my god, they didn't like me, or they thought I was bad, or I didn't do a good job. But I think what you have to keep in mind, it's never personal. It's just that they think you're not the best fit for that particular role, and maybe you are for a different role. And so everyone has their roles that they like more, or they like less, or they're better at. And so yeah, I think the best advice is not to take it personal at all. Just do your audition, prepare, do your best, and if you don't get it, like, move on to the next audition, move on to the next role, because there are many roles out there. And just audition, and don't take it personal at all when you don't get it. Just see it as a learning process, see it as something to learn from. Most of the time you don't get feedback, but you can always ask if they allow that. And otherwise, just think about what could I've done better, what didn't go right, but never ever take it personal.
Awesome. Well, for my last question, why should people get into Mia Morris, the series, in your opinion?
Well, obviously, Mia Morris is like a different take on the whole Dracula story, and it's set in modern times. And like I said earlier, it's a nice way, because it's with a camera, and it's like her telling the whole story, and sometimes also seeing it, but most of the time it's telling it. And that's a particular way of storytelling that you don't see a lot. And this was done on a quite low, like a low budget. This is a quite low budget production, and you can see what can be done with such a, even if you don't have a lot of money to put into the production, and you can see that you can still get a really nice result. And that's, and of course you can just watch it free on YouTube, with a nice storyline, nice character development, and a lot of actors and crew who put a lot into it to make it what it is now. So yeah, I think it's a great example what can be done with passion and time from people who just are invested in it, and just love film and love to act.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much for coming onto my show. It's been a pleasure doing an interview with you. People are definitely going to give this amazing and talented girl the amazing support she needs. Thank you so much again for coming onto my show. And well, there you all have it. Thank you one and all, and see you all next time. Bye for now.